Hello everybody and welcome back to No Man's Sky. This is Cobalt Dale here and we are getting ready to do No Man's Sky Expedition 13 Adrift. And we're going to start that tonight. We're going to start a fresh save and I hope you guys enjoy this. But before we kick everything off, you guys don't mind, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through phase 1 on this episode, and we will do phase 2 in the next episode, and so forth until we complete the expedition. And I will show you how I play and some of the things that I'm learning. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell if you're subscribed to the channel. This way you get notified when I kick out a new video. I've been trying to play a little bit. I know everybody else has been putting out a video since the expedition came out, so I figured I'd get on board here too. Not to mention I do live streams every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time US. So if you want to catch me on a live stream, catch me over there on Tuesday evenings. I'm going to try and start doing a little bit more streaming during the week. Hopefully you guys are there and we can get this figured out. But for now, kick back, grab your snacks, throw your feet up, relax, don't forget your drinks, and let's get this thing started. Got a couple saves going on here. So we're going to start a new game. This is how we do it. We've got normal playthrough, relax, creative, survival, and custom playthrough. But here, down here, it tells us we have 6 weeks remaining for the expedition. So this is a limited time playthrough, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. So let's get started. All right. So Expedition 13 is in a dead galaxy. There are no NPCs, no space stations, no space anomaly, none of that stuff. So we're going to have to make everything from scratch once we start. So let's get this thing going. We're on a airless moon. And this is a very loud planet. There's giant titan worms jumping all over the place, calling out with a horrific sound. There's tons of materials and everything all over the planet that we can check out and look at. We need to collect up all our materials that we need when we start. And this is a normal playthrough, so you can carry up to 10,000 of each item, like ferrite, oxygen, that type of stuff in our inventory. But we already have some blueprints already learned. Some blueprints have changed in the recipes, and I'll show you those recipes as we go along. But we got ourselves a new weapon. This is our character right here, and this is who we're going to go through as. We're a Viking. So let's go into our inventory real quick and take a look at what we got. As you can see, we already got ourselves a jetpack, so we'll put that there, and we're going to move some stuff around so we can get ourselves a little bit of an adjacency bonus. We got life support, so let's move that over here, and that'll give us a adjacency bonus to our oxygen recycler, so we get a little bit more life support. Then we got hazard protection. We'll throw our hazard protection over here for now. And we got a starship. It's a shuttle. We have to fix it. Everything's broken in that. And we have a multi-tool. It's a C-class multi-tool, but we have ourselves a bolt caster. We have ourselves a terrain manipulator. We'll throw that down here. We've got ourselves a scanner module. So we'll throw this together so we get that adjacency bonus. And look, we even got more. Uh-oh, what happened there? We got hit or something. Oh, look at there. Taking a little bit of damage from these titan worms. You got to be careful with these things. They'll attack you when you're not paying attention. Our ship is way over there, but those titan worms, sometimes they'll get really close to you and they'll hurt you. But we need to collect up some condensed carbon. We'll get out of that menu for a minute and we'll start collecting some materials. We're not losing any health or hazard protection as we're sitting here on the planet, so we're doing all right. It's just these titan worms are everywhere. And then don't forget to scan everything as you run across it. So we need some dihydrogen. We need lots of carbon because there's no plants on this planet except for oxygen and some marrow bulb in caves. So if we can find ourselves a cave, we can pick up some sodium, and that'll help us along the way because we're going to need that to fix a few things in our inventory, in our multi-tool and our starship. So those things over there, we don't want to mess with those right at the moment because they have monstrosities that come out. What we want to do is go back in here and check our materials. So we got our scanner so we can scan rocks, and that's one thing we need to do is scan a bunch of rocks. We need to gather ferrite, oxygen, carbon, and sodium. So let's take a couple minutes here while we're just sitting here and gather up what we can. Get some things scanned so we're all right on the planet. Not to mention, you know, it makes us a little bit of money. Look over there. There's an ancient data structure. We don't really need that. But as you look around on the screen, we need to find some copper. We need to find some magnetized ferrite and lots and lots of oxygen. We need to get some whispering eggs. We'll go in here so we can look at the expedition. We need to locate our starship. So we need to run to our starship, but I want to gather up some materials before we get there. We need to install an advanced mining laser. We need to install a personal refiner, so we need to do these step by step. As you look there, it says our reward for this is an advanced mining laser plan and a pre-packaged teleport receiver for our starship. Once we get that done, then our objective will change to from the ashes, we'll install the advanced mining laser, and then we get a save beacon and a personal refiner Mark II. Let's get with that. We're going to do a little scan to see where materials are close to us. There's a sodium-rich plant over there. There's some oxygen that way. We want to pick up oxygen. We want lots of oxygen right now. So we're going to head this way over towards this oxygen. I know it's a little ways away from our ship, but we need to keep on the move so we can get some of these materials and help ourselves out a little bit. And we can move away from them worms so they don't make so much noise. Those things are pretty loud. Don't forget, we need to scan a bunch of plants and things in the game as well. So remember to scan plants, animals, and rocks because we're making money while we're doing that. Not to mention, we are achieving quests in different phases. So we'll be completing different phases all at the same time. Let's scan this oxygen plant and we'll pick that up. We got ourselves enough dihydrogen. Uh-oh, got to get out from behind the plant. We need to get some ferrite, but we need more carbon. So we need to keep a lookout for carbon. There's some 277 units that way. So let's head that way. There's some oxygen over there. Hopefully our jetpack don't run out. Look at us go. All right. We don't need any more dihydrogen. We can get these eggs, these whispering eggs. This is for another quest. And we can shoot this, pick up the egg, but be prepared. The monstrosities will come out and attack you. And the best way to take care of that is to keep moving. Because we need to pick up 16 larval cores. Not to mention get away from these monstrosities. Look at there. There's our carbon that we need to collect. So let's blast that. We'll get a little bit of this. Just keep moving. The monstrosities won't get you. Those little things will headbutt you or knock you down. They'll shoot acid at you too. Okay. We'll stay away from them. They'll subside in a couple minutes. Need to find ourselves a cave as well, but we need lots of oxygen and lots of carbon. So we're just going to jump around for a little bit and we're going to get this stuff taken care of so we can gather up some resources before we get going. The carbon is to recharge our multi-tool. Because once we run out of carbon, there's no plants or trees or anything on this planet to speak of. So, see, the swarm is subsiding, so we don't have to worry about them guys attacking us anymore. But we definitely want to gather up some ferrite because we're going to need that to fix a couple things that's broken in our technologies. There's more oxygen and carbon back that way. That's 300 units that way. There's carbon over there. That's 150 units. Let's go that way. Here we go. We'll get over here. Look, there's a nice patch of carbon. And I do believe that, oh, look at there. Our multi-tool is out of charge. So we need to use condensed carbon because we don't have any. And the oxygen is a vital resource right now on this planet that we need to fix a few things, like our multi-tool, our starship, and that kind of stuff. So we're going to use some condensed carbon. So we'll use that, and we'll gather up a little bit more that we got here. All right, where else we got? We got some oxygen, 300 units that way, 287. We got to kind of like head towards our starship as well. There's sodium nitrate here that we really need, but we don't have an advanced mining laser, so we can't pick that up. But we need to pick up as much carbon and oxygen as we possibly can right now. Those are our main priorities for materials. Jump around a little bit. See, our starship is right over there. Let's go into our options, our pause menu. And the first thing we want to do is go into network, okay? And this is for anybody. If you're playing multiplayer, that means other players are out there gathering up the same resources that you're looking for. So I disable mine. And you don't want anyone joining your group. If you want to do this on your own, you can have your friends join you or whatever. I don't want anyone to join me. Voice chat's off, text chat, we can turn that on. Allow PvP with no one. We don't want anybody sneaking up on you and killing you, so you got to turn that off right away. And we don't want anybody adding base parts to our base. Nobody to delete our base parts. Show ship marker to anyone if you want to. It's not a big deal. On foot marker to anyone. Can edit base terrain. We don't want no one to edit that. This is the most important thing. A lot of people don't realize this, that if you're playing in multiplayer and people find your base and you want them to use your refiner, they can't. So you take only your group and your friends can use a refiner. I turn this on to anyone. So anybody that comes to my base can use my portable refiner, can use my nutrient processor, can use my atmosphere harvester, that kind of stuff. This is the most important thing that they've changed in the game and nobody knows about, nobody talks about. Turn this to anyone. So if I come to your base to check it out and I want to like gather up some plants and maybe harvest them or put them in the nutrient processor that you have there and you want me to use it, you have to turn this function on. Okay, that's a big important step right there, boys and girls, for No Man's Sky. Please activate this. It's kind of frustrating to me when you got a big fungal runaway mold base and you like people coming there and gathering the nanites. Well, if your refiner isn't on, we can't refine it. Okay, so we have to go somewhere else and do it. We'll have to do it at our own base with our own refiner. And that's just senseless. It's kind of a cruel thing that they did, that Hello Games did this. But please turn this on so we can refine nanites at your base or whatever. If you want us to use your refiners or your nutrient processors, that kind of thing. Okay, we got that squared away. That's an important thing. Don't forget to rename our current save. Let's change the name of this to Expedition 13. And this is our series, Expedition 13 series. So there we go, phase 1. And we'll rename that. Once we rename that to Expedition 13 series, we'll get out of here. We can't put down a save beacon yet, but we could put down a comms ball to let everybody know that we're here. Which we really don't need to let everybody know. But let's get over here. We're going to start collecting some oxygen and things like that. We need to get these materials gathered up as quickly as possible. There's some more carbon over here. Be careful of them big tower things right there. Those are those Titan worm spawns. Uh-oh, what is this? There's carbon down below, maybe in a cave. That's what I'm seeing. So let's get this carbon mined up right here, because we need this so we can fix our starship. Okay, let's get over to our starship. We're gonna, oh, there's some oxygen over here. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. It disappeared just at that last moment. But you can hear them Titan worms. Them things are ridiculous on this planet. And I'm trying my best to keep it going here. Here's another whispering egg. We'll collect this. These things are kind of a big deal. You got to collect 16 of them, boys and girls. So keep on the move. Those little monstrosities won't get you. As long as your feet are moving, these guys won't get to you. And they'll disappear after about 3 minutes or something like that. See? As long as they don't get close to you, you're fine. Just jump off. They'll keep trying to chase you, that kind of thing. But if some are out already, you can shoot the egg and collect another one. There we go. Look, they're pretty close. We got to keep running. Come on. Got to keep them feet moving. See, those little monstrosities will chase you around for a little bit. Let's see, is there anything else close? There's some carbon and oxygen down here. The big crystals, we can't collect those because we don't have the advanced mining laser yet, which we will get once we get to our starship. But I want to collect up all the little ones right here while we're here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, where's the oxygen? That's right over here, so we'll collect that. Our health is about down. The monstrosities are gone. Here is a cave. Let's see if we can get down in here. Here's some marrow bulb, so we want to collect that. Whoops, let's scan it. We got to scan our plants because we have a quest in our expedition to look for plants. And I believe it's in phase 2. No, phase 3. Phase 3, we got ancient bones, radiant shards, discover plants. Here it is, phase 3. Discover 21 plants. And then we need to discover somewhere in here 32 animals. We need to chart 12 waypoints. That's some little save beacons at a landing spot every time you land. So we need to hit 12 of those. We need to get 1,600 nanites. The hungering tendrils are those big worms that pop out of the ground next to those little tower egg things. We need to shoot 8 of those and collect the sacks. That'll give us nanites. See, here's the creatures, 32 creatures. And we need to eliminate 9 hazardous flora. So those are the important ones. So as long as we're scanning everything and we're checking everything out, we'll be doing all right. And we need to steal 16 whispering eggs. And that's those eggs where the monstrosities are chasing us. So let's scan some rocks. I know that's part of our little thing too. We got to do a bunch of scanning on everything. Not to mention it gives us money. So we'll keep this going. Got to get our sodium out of the way. Get our cobalt because, you know, cobalt helps us build things too, like our hazard protection batteries, that kind of stuff. That's why we need a lot of cobalt. We need a lot of things. Need to get some magnetized ferrite, and we need to get some copper as well. So if we can find a copper deposit close to us, it's 900 units away. That's 500. What's that? Yeah, that's magnetized ferrite, 500 away. Look at there, magnetized ferrite, 293 units away. So while we're down here, there's a subterranean relic. So we've got ourselves a terrain manipulator. We can blow a hole through the ground here, and hopefully we can find another cave. Yeah, look at there. Opened up into the cave. Cool. So check this out. We got some hazardous flora in here, boys and girls. This is where you get your hazardous flora, but pay attention. It does use up your mining beam. Not to mention you're collecting oxygen and sodium from these things. You're not getting much. If we had hazmat gauntlets, we'd be able to take these things out right away. So we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing all right so far. As long as we're gathering up a bunch of materials. Oh, there's some rocks that we need to scan. We'll get this stuff out of the way. Look, we're getting cobalt and silver. So that's a good thing. Hopefully we can get some more. Look at this. We got cobalt and silver here. We got cobalt everywhere. So that's good. I'm glad we blasted a hole through the wall right there. We'll keep this going a little bit. I'll cut out some of the dead time so you guys don't have to sit and watch me mine continuously. Ooh, look, there's some gold. Perfect. We're getting the materials we need. Try to keep our laser hot as well. So that way it mines a little bit faster for us. Okay. We're going to get a refiner here quite shortly. So we'll have everything because we can't even make a personal refiner right now. We gotta get an advanced mining laser from our starship so we can mine a little bit faster and use a little bit less fuel. But I wanted to check around down here. Since the worms are above ground, we're down below ground. So let's mine up what we can down here while we're here. Need lots of ferrite, so trying to mine as much as we can with the big rocks. Wish there was more big rocks down here though. All we got is these little ones, and these little ones don't give you much for ferrite. Because we're going to need pure ferrite. We're going to need lots of magnetized ferrite. So that'll keep us going through most of the stuff. But as you see, we got dihydrogen and everything down here. So we're doing all right. Not to mention it's nice and quiet. We don't have to listen to the worms. Uh-oh, our weapon is depleted. Let's recharge that. Let's see, we got some carbon. We got condensed carbon. We're going to use our condensed carbon because that's the most plentiful for recharging our weapon right now. And we need dihydrogen so we can make dihydrogen jellies and that kind of thing. Not to mention it's going to help us fix our ship. And I will show you that here shortly. Oh, as you can see, we've got those Titan worms right above us in the dirt above us. So they're not going to come down here and attack us, which is a good thing. Let's get a little bit of this mined up. Oh, silver and silver. Nice. Silver is not a useful element for us right now, so we don't really need the silver, but it's nice to collect the extra silver. This way, we can sell it later. There will be galactic trade terminals available for us to sell our goods at, but we don't have merchants and things like that, so we can't buy S-class modules and that type of stuff. All right, we pretty much got everything we needed down here. Uh-oh, our health went down. Let's repair ourselves with a healing gel. That was kind of scary. I wasn't ready for that. All right, let's jump out of here. We're going to go get ourselves some of that magnetized ferrite. Ooh, look, there's another egg. Let's get this egg, and then we'll head to the magnetized ferrite. Like I said, just keep moving. As long as you pick up that egg and you keep moving, those monstrosities won't get you. They will damage you. They will hurt you. Uh-oh. Big worms, look out. I didn't expect that. Oh my goodness. Why is there no tower there? I didn't even see a tower here. There's usually a tower where these things are at. Wow. That was kind of scary. Let's get over here. We're going to mine ourselves some of this magnetized ferrite because we need that to fix our ship. So let's gather up a little bit of this. If you guys don't know this, there's 3 settings to this mining beam. This mining beam, the big one, mines really fast and gathers very little resources. The medium-sized one, or the default one, gathers fast and gathers a very little amount of resources. And the smallest ball takes the longest to mine, but gathers the most resources. So I'm going to try and mine up a little bit of this here, and I will get right back with you. Okay, we're almost done with this spot here. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys something. Our mining beam is almost empty. Once we run out, we'll recharge it a little bit with what material we have left to recharge our mining beam with, and I'm going to show you something else we're going to need. It's another resource I completely forgot about, and as soon as this thing runs empty, it'll be enough. I'm not going to collect all the magnetized ferrite here. So what I'm going to do is click this to the biggest setting, right? Now we're going to aim it at the ground. We're going to shoot down and make ourselves a tunnel down in the ground as far as we can go down. This way, we're at the very bottom and we're hitting the mantle of the planet. Once we're in here, we're going to switch our terrain manipulator, as you see up there in the top right. We're going to switch it to flatten. Now we're going to recharge it because we're out of fuel for it. We want to use silica powder. Silica powder is the dirt that's everywhere around you. All the dirt beneath your feet, that's silica powder. So we want to mine up a whole bunch of this while we're down here under the ground. And since we got the flatten beam out, this mines silica powder the fastest and gathers the most because it's mining cubic feet or yards as you mine instead of using the little round bubble or ball. But be aware, as you're down here mining, you'll find caves, you'll find things like that. So just change your direction, start mining in a different direction. But as you see up there in the top right, we're getting hundreds and hundreds of silica powder as we mine this. I like to gather up a couple thousand. This way I don't have to come back down into the dirt again and mine later. This is taking only a few seconds, and look, we found ourselves a big, huge cave right here, boys and girls. So we'll turn around and we'll head back this way. All right, we'll start mining some of this over here. We want to get a couple thousand silica powder. That's kind of the whole purpose of us coming down below the dirt. Now you can stay above ground and mine up the silica powder from up top, but it takes longer. That's my opinion. This here is about the fastest way you can mine it up, and silica powder will help us later in building a base and that type of stuff if you want to build a base or build windows, because I'm pretty sure somewhere along the lines we have to build ourselves a base on the planet in order to continue along with the quest line in the game. So let's get a little bit more of this mined up. We almost got a couple thousand installed here. Just keep moving around. Don't worry about getting stuck down underneath the ground, because we can dig our way out. We got ourselves a terrain manipulator and we can just bore a hole right back up to the surface. But this right here gives us enough silica powder. There, it's depleted. We got ourselves a couple thousand there. So let's go into our inventory and take a look and see what we got for materials. We gathered up quite a bit so far, boys and girls. We got a couple crystals. We'll open those up. So we got ourselves some dihydrogen. We got a little bit of carbon for our mining beam. We got some oxygen. We got some gold, some sodium. We need more sodium. We got that right here with our marrow bulb. So we'll end up using that marrow bulb to do our stuff. We're going to move some materials around here. I like to organize just a little bit. We'll get our sodium down here. We'll put that there. This way I know what kind of materials we're carrying so we can straighten this out later. We got ourselves some magnetized ferrite, some regular ferrite, and some silica powder. We'll put that over here. Let's take our carbon. We'll put that here. Boy, we ain't got much carbon now, do we? A little bit of silver, that's extra stuff, gold and silver. Let's take our oxygen and put that down here next to our carbon. So we got one healing gel left. We got ourselves some dihydrogen. We'll put that down here by our cobalt. Yeah, we'll spread that right there. Wow, we must be underneath the worm burrow because the ground is shaking pretty good. Let's head back over this way a little bit. We'll change our mining beam back. If you didn't know that as well, if you hit the restore aspect of your mining beam, it puts out topographical lines. So this way, if you ever get lost when you're down below the ground, you want to find your way out. Look, there's a cave, but it'll help you find where the holes are in the walls so you can find your way back out again. Now I know I lost that hole around here somewhere, but you can see the different parts of the ceiling. Look, there it is right there. There's the hole that we came down in, boys and girls. So let's jump back up in that hole and we'll fly ourselves out of here. Once we fly out of here, then we're going to gather up a little bit more material. So let's go back to our regular mining beam. We can't get no sodium nitrate. I wish we could. Our ship is way over there. There's some carbon over there. And there's a worm burrow over there as well. We want to stay away from that for right now. Now we need to find ourselves some copper. As long as we can find some copper that's relatively close. There we go. That'll help us out. There's oxygen over that way. Let's go to the copper deposit. We need that more importantly. I'm going to mine up some of that copper. This way we can make chromatic metal and that type of stuff. Oh, this is a big deposit too. So I'm going to mine this up. I just want to show you guys that. Use your smallest ball setting on your copper and mine that up. And while I'm doing this, you guys go grab a drink or whatever. I'll be right back with you. So I'll be right back. Uh-oh, we're back. I just wanted to tune back in right before we finish this. I run out of charge on the terrain manipulator, so that was a little boo-boo on my part. All right, let's get the rest of this mined up. There's a few specs left, and we'll get through this real quick. Let's see. We only got little spots here and there. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not going to get everything. If you guys want to get every little square ounce, that's okay. Let's go into our inventory and see what we got for copper. This is a really big deposit. So we got 1,172 copper. That's pretty good. So let's get out of here. We're going to jump back up here out of the hole. I jumped down in the hole. That was a pretty good sized deposit. So now we got copper, we got magnetized ferrite. We need to head back to our ship now, boys and girls. And we're going to scan a little bit along the way. We'll pick up some more materials. Look, there's some carbon over here. Let's get this carbon because this is deadly important. This is what helps recharge our mining beam. And we need to get some rocks, some ferrite along the way. So we're going to pick up some ferrite because we need that to make metal platings with. So we got to shoot all the little rocks. I wish there was bigger rocks on this planet, but there's not. So we'll try and keep that mining beam pretty hot. Oh, there's a big rock. We'll scan that. It's nice to get these big rocks out of the way. Gives us a little bit more ferrite. More ferrite we can collect up, the better off we'll be. So let's get a few of these things out of the way. We definitely need at least a couple hundred ferrite, and while we're doing that, we're getting little geodes, and those little geodes give us like bonus materials, so that's pretty nice. Usually the bigger rocks will give you that. So let's see, scan us a couple more of these little rocks. There's more magnetized ferrite and stuff around. I'm not too concerned about it. What we're looking for is carbon and oxygen. We need lots of carbon and lots of oxygen. Okay, so let's get back to our starship after we gathered up all these materials so we can keep moving. Definitely want to mine up ferrite as we go. That helps us out. Now remember, there isn't much carbon around, so try not to use your mining laser like you're just walking around in normal playthrough, because you will run out of carbon and then you won't be able to... Oh, look at this. These guys are popping out of the ground. So let's go into our inventory. We got ourselves a bolt caster. Let's make a few bullets. So we got ourselves a couple thousand bullets. Let's open up these geodes, and that gives us more. We got some pure ferrite out of that. That's nice. So we got a couple hundred pure ferrite. So these things right here, right? These spawn, these maws or whatever they are, hungering tendrils, that's what they are. So if you shoot this thing with your bolt caster, it will die and drop out an egg on the ground. You want to collect that egg, but we need to kill 8 or 9 of these things. And when you kill one of these things, those monstrosities pop out of the ground too. So you got to be careful. These things will hurt you, so be careful. See, there comes the things. Look at there. Let's get these eggs, pick those up, and shoot another one as you're moving along. You don't have to move fast, just enough to catch up to these things. Uh-oh. One went shooting the other direction. Where'd it go? Let's get back over here. This will help us gather up some vital things that we need. Just keep your feet moving, and those monstrosities won't get you. All right. There's an egg. Let's gather that bad boy up. Another one disappeared somewhere. I don't know where it went. That's okay. We'll shoot this one. Get close to him this time. There we go. We'll pick these things up. Pick all those things up. Those vile spawn eggs, because those... Uh-oh. Our health is out. We got to get away from them monstrosities. Let's heal ourselves with our last battery. In a pinch, you can use oxygen, but don't. The oxygen is very important because everything we need to make now is made out of oxygen. There we go. We made it back to here. Look, there's some more of them worms right there. Now we can attack these things. Let's reload our weapon so we can get these things out of the way and we don't have to worry about attacking them again. So let's get these things out of the way. There we go. Pick up that big egg. Let's go to our next one. Shoot him. Get him out of the way. Get these eggs, these vile spawn sacks or whatever they're called. Those things are worth a lot. They don't seem like much, and I know it's hard to get away from them monstrosities. You can always jetpack away a little bit and make sure they don't get you. That's okay. You can run away if you don't feel confident enough to kill them. But we want to get these egg sacs. There we go. We completed that quest line. So the best thing we can do now is if you got one and it's close to you, run inside the building. This way, those things will disappear. Look at here, boys and girls. This is a blessing in disguise. Always, always, anytime you go into a building, search the plants. Search everything. The plants, everything. There we go. We got ourselves 63 carbon out of them 2 plants. That's 30 carbon out of each plant. That's nice. And pick up whatever else is extra in here. So let's see what we got. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. My phone was going off and I needed to turn that thing off. So we got 10 of these vile spawn hungering embryos. These are nice. I will show you in a couple minutes what these things do. And we got some flesh ropes from them big worms as well. And I'll show you what these things do too. These are refinable materials. But what we want to do is get into our ship. The swarm has subsided. So there we go. We reached our starship. We got 2 quests just like that from gathering up materials and killing a few things. So we're doing pretty good. I mean, look at there. There's more nanites. We got ourselves some nav data. And let's get into our starship now. Since we completed 2 of those things. Launch thruster critically damaged. So we need magnetized ferrite and deuterium. Deuterium is a very rare element. It's hard to find anywhere you go. The normal recipe is dihydrogen and tritium. We don't have any tritium except for what's fueling our starship, and we don't have any. So I'm going to show you in a minute how to make deuterium in this expedition. I'm going to switch my view into third person view. There we go. So we can see the outside of our ship. But first, let's get our, whoops, I keep hitting the wrong button, boys and girls. Cobalt Dale and his epic fails. Okay, so we made it to our starship. Now we get advanced mining laser plans and a prepackaged teleport receiver for our starship. So let's collect that. There we go. Now we got to install that. See, there's the copper, 120 copper. We need a hermetic seal and metal plating to install the advanced mining laser. All right, so we collected that. Let's get that out of there. Let's go back in here. And we got ourselves a reward down here in phase 5. That happens. So look, we get wriggling tack and writhing manuscript. We don't really need that. That's going to fill up our inventory. So I'm going to let that stay there. So let's go back to phase 1 and we need to install the advanced mining laser. So let's go into our multi-tool and let's pick a spot right next to our mining laser. And we'll install this advanced mining laser technology and start putting the ingredients in it. We need to make a hermetic seal. So let's pin the details. All right. It says upgrade modules are ready, made, and require no crafting. Use nanites to buy upgrades from space stations. Well, we don't have any space stations to buy upgrades. And we can upgrade inside our exosuit. But here is what we're looking for, the advanced mining laser. We need to gather copper, which we did, craft or purchase a hermetic seal. So let's go into our inventory in our exosuit, and we're going to make ourselves a hermetic seal. And here, normally you use carbon in a normal playthrough. And the expedition, you need oxygen. So let's build, that's why I said the oxygen is so important. So gather up as much as you possibly can. There's 30 units to make one hermetic seal, and we're going to need a couple of those. So let's make 3 of them for now. Okay, we need to make some metal platings. So let's go in here, and that's what the ferrite's for shooting all them rocks. So we're going to make 2 metal platings, just like that. And now let's go to our multi-tool. And look, we need 1 hermetic seal and 2 metal plating. So I made an extra one, so we're lucky on that. So let's put that hermetic seal in there. And now we got the advanced mining laser. That is installed. And that should complete that second step in phase 1. installed the advanced mining laser. Let's collect the reward from that, which is a save beacon and a personal refiner Mark II. That's a perfect refiner for us. And this will allow us to start refining materials as we go along. All right, see there, we need condensed carbon. That's why I was picking so much condensed carbon up. We need 2 metal plating and we need more oxygen. So we have to get out of our ship and run around and look for some more oxygen, boys and girls. I didn't want to do that, but we have to. So let's go in. We're going to install the Mark II backpack refiner. Since we got that 110 condensed carbon, we're going to throw that in there. I think we have enough, don't we? Yes. Yes, we have enough ferrite to make 2 metal platings. And that takes up half of our ferrite that we got already. So we'll take the metal platings and we'll install those in there. Bloop. Now, all we need is that oxygen. And we need, what, about another 50 more oxygen? Another 60 more oxygen? So we're going to have to get out and look for that material. While we're doing that, let's look at the rest of the stuff in our starship. We need 50 magnetized ferrite, so we'll get that in there. We need that 45 deuterium, and we can't make that until we get our Mark II backpack refiner installed. So we have to get oxygen in order to carry on with our starship. What do we got here? There's another hermetic seal, so we'll make that. All right, we're fixing our starship so we can get off this planet. There's the prepackaged teleport receiver. We can install that, put that in there. Let's make that other metal plating. This way we can install that into our pulse drive, and that technology is now fixed. So we got that fixed. Look, we need magnetized ferrite there. We need oxygen and an ion battery, condensed carbon, more copper. Let's put that copper in there and get that out of the way. Because that copper, that's why I gathered up all that copper. It was very important that we got that and installed all that. So let's move this over, make a little bit of room for our technology that's going in here. So we need to get out, find some oxygen and some more ferrite. So let's get out of our starship. One of the things we need to do is come over here to this little save beacon. So we need to hit 12 of these little save beacons right here. These things, let's hit 12 of those. And that will start us on the other quest that's in like phase what? 4, 5? I believe it's 4. Yeah, chart waypoints. So we need 11 more of those. So we're working on other phases while we're working on phase 1. But the best policy that I've seen for doing this expedition is to go one after the other, and it will play out and they'll give you the things you need to carry on and get off this planet. So let's go and install the Mark II refiner. So we need oxygen, and we need to look around and see what's close. There's carbon over that way. Look, there's even them whispering eggs around here. I don't want to pick those up right yet. Let's go get some more carbon over here, because we're going to be using a lot of carbon here in a few minutes, boys and girls. Need to recharge our mining laser, that kind of stuff. Not to mention fix some of the things in our multi-tool and our starship. So the closest oxygen, there's lots of carbon over that way, but we need this oxygen over here. That's a long ways away. Where is it? Over there in the middle of the field. So once we get our refiner set in, we'll be all right. There we go. A little bit more oxygen. We don't need any dihydrogen, but we still need lots more oxygen. So we're going to have to run everywhere to get oxygen. Ooh, boys and girls, look at there. That's a huge patch of oxygen right over there. That's where I'm going. We're going to get all the oxygen we need right here. Oh, look at this. This is incredible. When I did my own personal playthrough of this, I've already started a playthrough of my own because I wanted to test it out. I didn't want to look like a big dummy showing you guys this stuff. We want to gather up all this oxygen. I couldn't find a patch of oxygen like this. These are rare on this first planet. So if you find them, collect them. Look at there. We got 400 oxygen. Yes, we definitely needed that. Now we need some more carbon. That's our next big thing. And I remember seeing a big patch of carbon over this way. The condensed carbon. Because we need to install all that stuff. Let's see. There's none that way. There's some there. Oh, what was I doing? That's 400 units. That's 300. Look at that. How far is that? That's 172. Let's go over there. Get this done. I think we got our advanced mining laser installed as well. But let's get this stuff mined up. There we go. Oh, there's a little bit more. There's some more oxygen over here. If we're this close to it, why not pick it up, right, boys and girls? But keep your eyes out for more carbon. Carbon and the materials that we need randomly spawn in. And so as you're running around, let's see, let's go into our inventory. We could put the condensed carbon and the oxygen in. We got the oxygen right there. So that is now installed. And that completes another step in our phase 1. So let's go in to our expedition and collect the reward. So that gives us 3 life support gels, which we desperately need, a powerful life support upgrade, a significant movement system upgrade as well. So we get a couple things to install. Perfect. We needed that desperately. All right, so we got 3 life support gels, an A-class life support module, and a B-class movement module. Perfect. So let's install these. We're going to install this up here by our life support. Our life support is getting low. We'll wait till it gets down a little bit further. Let's install this B-class movement module to get us to jump a little bit further. We got better fuel efficiency, sprint recovery, and jetpack tanks. That's nice. That helped us out quite a bit. All right. So now we got our backpack refiner. Look, we can install the deuterium now. So let's go into our backpack refiner. Need a little bit of carbon. I'll take the regular carbon and install that. Shoop. Now we fueled our backpack refiner. So I'm going to show you how to make deuterium. Now you can do this by, let's get out of here. Go into our discoveries and catalog, right? We can go in here and it's materials and items. And where is it? Right there, deuterium. All we need to do is locate the substance. If you see in the pop-up window there, it says A. So we'll click on that and that makes us a quest. And it says down in the bottom right, deuterium is made from dihydrogen and tritium. Collect tritium from asteroids. Well, we don't have any asteroids anywhere near us, right? So what we need to do is, where is it? Go back into the expedition to our little quest. And, hold on, that's not it, boys and girls. My bad, sorry, little brain fart in progress. Let's view the repair instructions with this. Okay, so we need to gather and refine magnetized ferrite, which we did, and then we need to refine deuterium. Deuterium is made from, let's go. Deuterium is made from dihydrogen, so let's gather that resource first. We'll break this stack down to 59, that's pretty good. And then the new material that they're using in this expedition is silica powder. Silica because we can't find tritium. So we're going to take that and that makes deuterium. So dihydrogen, 1 dihydrogen and 1 silica powder makes 1 deuterium. And we only need 45. And that fixes our starship. So we'll get that refining while we're standing here. Okay, that does the launch thruster in our starship, and we need magnetized ferrite to fix that. We need oxygen to fix that, and we need condensed carbon to fix that. But we got our multi-tool as well. We need sodium nitrate. 40 and 40 is 80, so we need 80 sodium nitrate. We need a hermetic seal and a carbon nanotube for this. So let's make that hermetic seal that we already made earlier to fix that. We'll back out of there, and what do we need here? Chromatic metal, and that is made in our personal refiner as well. So there's our deuterium. We'll throw that in our backpack, and then we'll throw these materials back in our backpack. Now I'm going to show you another trick that I learned. We're going to take our copper. We're going to put that in here. That makes chromatic metal. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 copper to make 1 chromatic metal. So I'm going to show you something that helps expand it a little bit. We got ourselves some pure ferrite here. So look at that. 1 pure ferrite and 1 copper makes 1 chromatic metal. You could use activated copper as well. I know people do that. You can do that as you go through here because we're going to have to acquire some activated copper later on in the game. So that's in a different phase, but we'll stay away from that. We need a carbon nanotube and some sodium nitrate. Once that copper's done, then we'll fix that. But let's see if we can make ourselves a carbon nanotube. We'll get that made and out of the way. We don't have enough carbon. So we're going to have to refine that too. But as things are going right now, let's head back to our starship. We should be all right to get back. Wait, there's some condensed carbon we need to pick up. I want to pick that up. Sorry, we got to get a little bit more of this. Oh, there's quite a bit right here. Now we can refine condensed carbon back into regular carbon. So 1 condensed carbon makes 2 regular carbon, and vice versa. So it takes 2 carbon to make 1 condensed carbon in our refiner, just so you guys are aware. So we're going to keep mining up a little bit of rocks and stuff like that around here while we're standing here waiting for our materials to refine, since there's a good patch of big rocks around here. And this is why I say we're just going to mine up some resources on this first planet, because this will give us a little bit of a leg up as we're playing the game. There's a cave right there. No, that's a hole into a cave somewhere, I'm sure. But mine up all the big rocks. Not only are they giving you ferrite, they're giving you oxygen if you scan them. So that's helping us out, and that'll help us make metal platings. And we need to make a few more metal platings as we go along. Probably about 6, I do believe. All right, how far is that condensed carbon? That's 230 units away. Wow, look at that. That worm was right there. Ah, that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, there's a little bit of carbon here. Let's pick this up. We got our advanced mining laser, so we can mine now the bigger or larger crystals as well. So let's get back to our ship. We're going to take this on the road. And I got all that carbon, or that copper that we picked up. That was a necessity because we're going to need to make a bunch of chromatic metal later. So what I want to do here is we'll come in here, we'll put the deuterium into our launch thrusters so we can get off this planet. This is a very noisy planet, which is all right. We got magnetized ferrite. We'll throw that in here and repair that. That helps us fix our starship, because that's another quest we need to do, is fix some stuff in our starship and our multi-tool. So let's throw a little bit of oxygen in there, get that piece fixed. Look at there, condensed carbon. How much do we have of condensed carbon? We have 284 condensed carbon. Okay, let's go back into our backpack. We got the chromatic metal made. Let's throw that in our exosuit. We'll take the copper for now and throw that back into our exosuit. And let's go to our backpack. We're going to take the marrow bulb and we're going to refine that into sodium. So once we get that made into sodium, we're going to turn around and we're going to make that into sodium nitrate, which is refined sodium. And it takes 2 sodium to make 1 sodium nitrate. That's why I was saying get as much marrow bulb as you possibly can, because that helps you with the things you need to fix your multi-tool. Look, we don't even have enough to fix the things. We need 80 sodium nitrate. So we need to find more marrow bulbs as well. So let's gather up a little bit of marrow bulb, and we need to go around and find ourselves a cave. Now we can get off the planet and go to another planet right away, but since we're here and there's really nothing to attack us or to bother us, we should find ourselves, as you see, there's a subterranean relic over that way. That's 164 units away, so we can go over here and find ourselves a cave, which should be below the ground. And the best way I find a cave is to go into camera mode, and then I zoom way up in the air, just like this. This stops or pauses the game for the most part. But you can look around and see if you can find a cave entrance. If you can't, there's one over there. I believe that's the cave entrance over that way. So let's go back over this way, I do believe it is. Gotta be careful. There's these vile spawn in the dirt right here. Man, these things are everywhere right here. Let's head over here. I believe there's a cave over here. Let's check. Go back into our camera mode one more time. This is how I look around without getting attacked or hurt or anything like that. I missed it. Where did I go? I was wrong, boys and girls. No, it's right there. See? There's the hole right there. I'm just right down the hill from it. Isn't that nice? Uh-oh, our health is almost out, but we're going to try and get up here to this cave real fast. See if we can't get to it. Where is it? Right there. Uh-oh. Let's recharge our health with a healing gel. Be careful of your shields. Those are going down pretty quick. Let's get down in here. Cave seems to be going this way. So let's go. Can we see any more of those things? Hopefully there's more of a cave this way. We're going to mine ourselves a hole through here. See if we can't find a cave. Doesn't matter if you pick it up with the big bulb. Gathering all this silica powder, you don't gather as much as you think you do. See if we can open up a cave somewhere. There should be more of a cave here. That's what I would assume, but I guess I'm wrong. Doesn't always work out in my favor. Let's see, where's that light coming? Oh, that's coming from up there. Look, it's almost daytime, boys and girls. I was hoping to find a cave. I guess I was wrong. Oh, what's this? Here's a cave. Is there any way to get in down in here? Because we need more marrow bulb. That's what we're here for. Gather up more marrow bulb. Not to mention some cobalt so we can make some ion batteries, boys and girls. That's what the ferrite and the cobalt is for. So let's gather up. Uh-oh. We're out of carbon there, so we need to repair a little bit more. I know this is taking a minute. I apologize, but this is how we get through phase 1. Once we get through phase 1, the rest of the game is going to take off and start moving pretty quick. That's why I suggest gathering up all your materials as quickly as possible on the planet. This way, we can keep moving along. It's just not opening up into a bigger cave. Ah, what a drag. I know it's here. Oh well. Sometimes you get big caves, sometimes you don't. How far is that? 197 units. I usually look for the relics and the eggs, that kind of thing. Like this, that's right down there where we just came up from. So let's look back over this way. Nope, all there is 197 units that way. So let's go to that one. We'll blow ourselves a hole out of the ground so we can get out of here and head over there. Because that looks to be the closest cave, boys and girls. Because we need to get some more sodium nitrate. And I don't see any sodium around here. Ouch. Nope, I don't see any sodium around here. So that's down in the ground. Where is it? Right there. Nope. There it is, right there. So let's drill ourselves a little hole down in the ground here. And we should pop into a cave within a few feet. Look at there. That's perfect. All right. And look, we've got some sodium. That's why I always mark these little subterranean relics. We'll pick that up. Oh, look at there. There's a cave entrance. Ah, Dale. Whoopsie. I didn't see that hole. Did you? So the more sodium that we can gather up, the more sodium nitrate we can make. Hopefully this cave is big enough so we can get some cobalt and some sodium gathered up in here. This is going to take a minute. I understand that, and I apologize if it seems like I'm just gathering up materials. It's a lot of farming at the very beginning, but once you get all this stuff added up, it really makes a difference and you can move along in the game. Let's see. Kind of running through here. Look at all this hazardous flora. We can shoot. Oh, look at there. There's sodium right there. So let's shoot these. We'll get some oxygen and sodium out of them. Keep your mining beam up in the top right. If you can keep it in the orange or red area, that will be the hottest and it mines the fastest. There we go. We killed all the hazardous flora that we needed to do. Perfect. So we completed another stage or another step in a phase. So let's gather up a little bit more. How much do we have in sodium? We've got 169 sodium nitrate. Perfect. Let's take our marrow bulb, throw that in our refiner. Let's see. The sodium, we'll take that and throw that in our inventory. Start this marrow bulb up. We'll get that refined real fast. That's only 10 seconds for those few. And then we'll refine the sodium down into sodium nitrate. We don't really need to, but let's go. Let's do this. All right, our multi-tool. So we need 40 there of sodium nitrate. Wait a second. We have sodium nitrate. Oh, that's just regular sodium. Oh, Dale, let's just take all that sodium, throw that into our backpack refiner. It's only going to take a few seconds and we'll get that knocked out real fast. Steps and steps. A lot of refining going on right now this minute. So we can get ourselves fixed up and ready to go and get off this planet. Hopefully that won't take too long. Another 10 seconds and we'll have it done. This is going pretty good. All right, there we go. That's sodium nitrate. We'll throw that into our exosuit and we're done with that. So let's go to our multi-tool and start fixing this thing up. So there goes 40 sodium nitrate and that is fixed. Let's go over here and we'll fix this one with some sodium nitrate. Get that out of the way. What do we need? We need a carbon nanotube, which we don't have any carbon right now. There's 50 cobalt that we can fix that with. That fixes our multi-tool. And what do we got here? Chromatic metal and a carbon nanotube. Let's see in our exosuit, how much condensed carbon do we have? 257. Let's take 60 of those and we'll make regular carbon. That'll take a few seconds to refine and that'll help us make a carbon nanotube, boys and girls. There we go. We got 128 carbon out of that. So now we can make ourselves a carbon nanotube. Perfect. There we go. Now we can take that and install that into our multi-tool. And that technology is now repaired. So all we need is 60 chromatic metal and our multi-tool is fixed. What do we need in our starship? We need an ion battery and 75 condensed carbon, and that is fixed. So let's go into our exosuit, and if you don't know how to do this, I'm going to show you how to make ion batteries. Ion batteries take 5 ferrite dust and 10 cobalt. That's why I was shooting a bunch of rocks and gathering a bunch of cobalt. So let's try and make as many of these as we possibly can. There's 10. Let's see if we can get 15. Perfect. There's 15 ion batteries. We'll set this down here. Where's our healing gels? We'll put these right here. Perfect. And then we got carbon and condensed carbon, and we got sodium and sodium nitrate. We don't have any sodium nitrate, or sodium right now, so we'll just stick it down here. Cool. Now, these vile spawn eggs, let's go into our backpack refiner. Watch this. I'm going to show you this. Let's go into our backpack, and we'll come down to the vile spawn eggs. 10 of these vile spawn eggs, put them into your refiner, and look. That gives you 500 nanites. So each vile spawn egg makes 50 nanites. And we need to gather 1,600 nanites. So that's why it's important to shoot those worms, those vile spawn that pop out of the ground and try to attack you. So we'll make nanites out of that. That's 500. We'll throw that into our inventory. Let's go back into our backpack again. And where are those ropes? Those fleshy ropes. We got 8 of those out of 10. Look at that. That gives us 400 more nanites. That's perfect. That helps us out. So shooting them big worms helps us get nanites. If you live long enough to spend them. This worm skin folio, we really don't need that. We got ourselves enough cobalt and ionized cobalt. So we got pretty much all the resources we need to fix everything so we can get off this planet. So let's head back to the gate or the door. No, we won't. Where's our ship? Our ship is back that way? Yeah, let's go this way. I want to shoot a couple more rocks, boys, girls, before we get out of here. Because once you get up on the surface, everything changes. You know how that is. That's why I like coming into caves to gather up as much resources for myself as possible. This way I know I'm prepared and it's safe and it's quiet down here in these caves. And we got that advanced mining laser, so that helps us mine a little bit faster too. Like 15% faster with our mining speed. So let's go this way. Whoop, almost to the door. Or the entrance to the cave, I should say. There's plenty of cobalt here. If you guys want to gather it up, that kind of stuff, you can. Uh-oh. Hopefully we ain't next to any of them big worms. I hate them things. Okay, let's do a little scan, see if we can pick up anything on the way. No, I don't see anything. So let's get going. We're going to head back to our ship. Our ship is going to be fixed and repaired so we can get off this planet, boys and girls. Now you can go in that building and look for a crashed ship, because this is a transmission tower. If you started a transmission tower, you can go in there and use the console to find a crashed ship. I'm not going to do that right yet because we can do that later in the quest line. So let's see. We need an ion battery to fix this. There we go. That opens up a slot, and a 75 condensed carbon, and that fixes that. So our starship is completely fixed now. Perfect. Now let's go to our multi-tool. What do we need? 60 chromatic metal. Let's fix that. That should complete another step in the phase. Performed vital salvage. So make, do, and mend. We completed that step. Let's go into our expedition log. We need to leave the planet. Phase 2 is where we do the make, do, and mend to fix everything. Now look, we get a multi-tool class upgrade, a multi-tool inventory slots of 5, and salvage data times 40, and component crafting blueprints. This is an important thing. I'm not going to collect it right at this moment. We're going to save that, and then we got this one down here where we can collect that and sell those things later. I don't want to... Oh, look, we killed plants too. We get nip buds and starship inventory slots. So let's wait with these things until we get off the planet, because in phase 1, we need to leave the planet and then we need to go to a space station. So let's jump out. That makes a save. Can we make a save beacon? Yes, we can. We got a save beacon in our inventory as a reward. So you can throw that down and make a save anywhere you go on foot now. So we'll pick that back up, put it in our suit, and let's take off. Up into space, boys and girls. I'll see you up there. All right, we made it into space. Look at that. We got our quest for that. Whoops. Let's go into our expeditions. Collect our rewards, supreme scanning system upgrade, and a powerful launch thruster upgrade to go into our ship. Beautiful. So we got one for our ship and one for our multi-tool. That's nice. That's how we're getting our S-class modules. Otherwise, we're not getting them, boys and girls. Let's go into our inventory. This goes into our multi-tool now, so we can scan and get some better prices for the animals and fauna and stuff like that. Now we got a launch thruster upgrade, so we'll stick that in there next to our launch thruster, and that helps us use a little bit less fuel. Look at that. Launch cost minus 16%. All right, now we're gonna head to the space station. So I'm gonna pulse over there and I'll see you guys there. All right, we're coming up on the space station now. And before we go in, there's another quest or another step that we need to do, and that is shoot 40 asteroids. So let's get that out of the way. This helps us get pulse drive fuel for our starship. And why not? You get free gold, free silver, platinum, anomaly detection things. So we need all this stuff for our starship so we can keep flying around. And once we get into the space station, we'll collect our rewards for that as well. Because once we get to the space station, we get a reward. And then we get a reward for shooting 40 asteroids. We're doing pretty good so far at shooting these asteroids. This will only take a couple minutes. Now you could shoot as many asteroids as you prefer. Me, I'm only going to shoot the required amount so we can keep moving. Get through this phase about as quickly as possible. We're almost done with it. There's only a couple steps left. And hopefully you guys will tune back in for the next episode. Whoops, our photon cannon's overheated. Whoopsie. I was holding the button too long while I'm talking to you guys. There we go. Now we shot up all the asteroids. We should have ourselves enough tritium to give us a little bit of fuel to keep us moving along. I want to shoot up just a couple more. We're heading out of the asteroid field first. And then we'll head over to the space station. There we go. Uh-oh. I shot the space station by accident, so all the sentinels are coming out to get us. So be careful, boys and girls, not to shoot the space station. The sentinels will come and get you. Do what I say, don't do what I do. The station's automatic repeater beacon broadcasts a sharp burst of static, powerful enough to automatically engage my starship's communicator. I wait for a follow-up message, but there is nothing but silence. The airwaves are dead. So let's disconnect the communicator. All right, now we made it to the space station. Let's jump out. And that will complete another step in our expedition. So let's go in here. Look, visit the space station. We need to collect that one. We got the rocks of ice, the asteroids that we just got done shooting. So we'll collect that. Starship inventory slots. We'll hold on to that. No, we'll collect that right now. Yeah, let's collect that right now. Bloop, there we go. And let's, we're not going to put the augmentations into our inventory. We're going to do some technology. So we're going to put one up here. And you can choose anywhere to put them you want. You can place them down here in these spots. Over here, down here, up here, over here, wherever you want to put them. But I want to fill in this little, excuse me, my sinuses are going. So we'll get that one and that one. And that one. That opens up a little bit of space in our technology so we could reorganize our technology a little bit. There we go. The worlds of rock and ice has been collected. And we got 5 surge batteries. So that gave us a little bit of extra stuff as well. Let's open this up. We got some more pure ferrite. Perfect. We'll switch places with the sodium. Take that and throw that down here. Now we got 5 surge batteries. Let's go upstairs because you can do this. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the station is still functionable while you're here. And I'll show you little things. So let's come in here. And there we go. We met, lights out. We found an abandoned station. So the abandoned station has a galactic trade terminal in it. It doesn't give you much, but it gives you a little bit. Now, we don't need any wiring looms. We don't need any of this stuff on this page, but it gives you carbon on the next page. We'll take that carbon. Oh, we ain't got no money. We got to sell some stuff. So the garbage that we picked up, now we could sell the gold. That's all right. We can sell that. Let's see what else we got. The worm skin folio serves no purpose in this expedition, so you can get rid of those. We got nav data. We'll save that. What else do we got? Do we got anything else? Yep, we got that vortex cube. We'll get rid of that. Now, these larval cores make nanites as well, boys and girls. So if you want to sell them, you can sell them for money. Look, we get 4 of them for 280,000. I'm going to sell 2 of them. That'll give us 140,000. So that'll give me just enough money to buy the resources that I need. But we can grind those up into nanites too. There we go. Now let's go back in here to buy. We want the carbon because that'll help with our multi-tool. We don't need the mordite, the pugnium, We could use the Pugnium if we want to go find ourselves a Sentinel ship. Otherwise, it serves no purpose. We need 10 Facium for another part of the quest line, or the phases in the game. But other than that, all the materials that we have in here, we don't need the silica powder. We don't need that. So they give you a little option to buy other things. So we got that. That's on this side. Now we go to the other side of the space station. We'll come back here towards the back. I know it's kind of dark in here, but if you look, it's got a couple ramps. So you can either jetpack up to the second floor, the second deck, or you can run up the ramp and come in this way. Little extra jog. But back here, what we have, if you take a look around the room, is a station terminus. And in the station terminal, you will be able to see everybody's bases that have built in the system. So this will help you out if you want to use it that way. I think it's a pretty good idea. Helps you find where you need to go. Look at there, the highest point, 1,600 units. That's another quest or stage or whatever. Let's see, there's a runaway mold base for nanites. I mean, you can go through here and look at all the bases that are around here. I tend to look for these things for certain things that help me get along in the quests. This right here tells me this is on the radioactive planet in the same system that we're in. That's what I'm looking for, because on that planet they have storm crystals and carbon and things like that that we need. So we can do that and get out of this system. Let's see, anything worth grabbing in this area? Don't see anything worthwhile here. There's a traveler's grave, that won't help us. Expedition active copper and storm crystals. So let's go to this base. This will help us. It saves us on launch fuel and things like that. Now you could fly to the radioactive planet in the very first system that you're in and land and run around and find it that way. But I like to go to somebody's base so I'm close so I can get inside and get some shelter. That's just the way I cheese it. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we are here. What do we got left? We need to warp to a new system, mine 40 asteroids, and reach the first rendezvous. So we got that, hyperdrive plans, which we'll need to install. So let's collect the reward for that. Now we got the hyperdrive plan, so we can install a hyperdrive into our starship. So let's do that. Look, we got the plans for a surge battery as well. Perfect, that helps us out. So let's go into our inventory to our starship and let's put in a hyperdrive, boys and girls. We need 125 chromatic metal and 5 microprocessors. Okay, can we make microprocessors? Yes, we can. We got the blueprints for it. So it takes 40 chromatic metal and 1 carbon nanotube. That's why I bought the carbon at the space station, so we can make 5 carbon nanotubes. And then we need a bunch of chromatic metal, which we don't have. We came here, we got copper, which we can make chromatic metal with, but activated copper is another thing we can gather. And let's see what they got out here and what's around here. I like how they build a base here, but not close to anything. What's that up there? That's magnetized ferrite. Activated copper, 545 units away. We want to find the closest spot to activated copper, and that looks to be it. So we're gonna head over there to our activated copper. We marked it. Let's take our spaceship and we'll fly over there. Oh, we just used up pretty much all of our launch fuel. So let's get over here. We're gonna mine ourselves up some activated copper, because this is what's, oh, look at that. That is such a tiny deposit. Oh man, is that worth it? We need to find activated copper, and that looks to be the biggest deposit. Oh no. That's gonna hurt, boys and girls. That's not very good. I don't see any other deposits in the area. I think there was one up over this hill, if I do remember looking right. It said 541 units. I don't see it. There's some sodium there, a big patch of sodium. We need to keep a lookout for it. I think I messed up, boys and girls. Epic fails by Cobalt Dale. You know how it goes. All right, there was the patch of magnetized ferrite. Right there on the ground. We flew right over the top of it. So that's the magnetized ferrite. We don't need to land there. I believe there's some copper over here. Not quite sure. These hills aren't really helping much. I'd like to see some big flat terrain. Let's fly around just a little bit. It's only going to take a couple seconds because we need that activated copper. And this helped us get to the planet when we used that portal. So portals are functional. You can go to anybody's bases to help you achieve your goals if you need to. I don't see much for resources around here. This is discouraging. I don't want to fly around continuously for the next 20 minutes looking for something. And this planet has storms on it, so once you get out on foot, your radiation protection drops pretty fast. So I want to get as close to a resource as I can. Look, there's a patch of oxygen down there. Ooh, is that activated copper right there? Looks like a good sized piece. Hopefully it's not uranium, because uranium looks the same on this planet. Let's see. Come on, get off of there. What do we got? Activated copper, boys and girls. So the best thing you could do, right, is make a medium-sized ball, drill a hole down in the ground just like this, and then level it out a little bit. And then we're going to use the small bulb and start boring into the bottom side of the activated copper. This way, we're saving our hazard protection and we're not using up batteries. That's the best way I know how to get activated copper without taking damage, because it's going to take a couple minutes to mine this out. So if you guys give me a couple minutes, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm almost done with this activated copper deposit, I should say. Post. It's not a post. I wanted to mine that up and get this out of the way, so we need activated copper. But if you look around while we're on this planet, these little lightning bolts are storm crystals. We need to pick up a few of those because that'll help us in the future. But as you look, as we're out in the storm, we don't have much hazard protection, so we got to be careful and we got to be fast. So let's get as many of these storm crystals as close to us as we possibly can, and these will help us out in the future of the game. They're worth a lot of money. Let's take a look around, look for another lightning bolt. There's one, 270 away. Hopefully we can get over there real fast. Our hazard protection's almost gone, if you can see that. But we want to get over there as quickly as possible. There we go, come on, jump, jump, jump. Oh, our hazard protection's gonna run out. We're taking a little damage. Let's put a battery in there real quick. There we go. Hopefully we can get these before the storm stops. That should be enough storm crystals for us to get through the rest of the game, boys and girls. If not, we can always come back. Look at there. There's some condensed carbon. We need that. There are sentinels on this planet, so be careful. Look, sodium nitrate. So we can pick all this stuff up on this planet, but this planet is horrible. Look, our hazard protection's almost gone. So we got to mine up some more rock and stuff like that. Don't forget to scan animals. Uh-oh, our hazard protection's gone again, boys and girls. Let's take a look around, see if we can see any red dots for animals that we can scan while we're here. Let's gather up as many as we can. 300 units away. How far is that? 231. Let's run over there and see if we can't get those storm crystals, and then we're going to head back to our ship. Uh-oh, ouch. We're really taking some heavy heat right now, boys and girls. This is pretty serious stuff on this planet. That's why I kind of like to use somebody's base. Look, we're burning through batteries. We're almost to these crystals. Recharge our hazard protection real fast. Whew. If you run out of batteries, the ion batteries for your hazard protection, you can use sodium. That's why I was picking up the sodium nitrate and that kind of stuff. Not only that, it helps us fix things as well. Look, they got butterflies on this planet. And we need to scan 32 animals, so be ready to scan more. There's animals everywhere on this planet. And look, we're making money now as we scan animals. So we're doing pretty good. Let's get back to our ship. We got the materials we needed here. Woo! Look at there. We just barely made it back to our ship before we took damage again. I'm going to jump out, jump back in, and we're going to take off. All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to head up into space, and I'll see you guys there. All right, now we're in space. We didn't get our hyperdrive installed yet. We need to make microprocessors. So that's why I picked up all that activated copper. So we're going to take that activated copper, we're going to cut that stack in half, and we're going to start refining that copper into chromatic metal. Half of that activated copper. That's why I got that big deposit and mined it all down, because now this gives us 400 chromatic metal, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio with activated copper. And it only takes a minute to go through that. And once we got that copper, then we can put or make 5 microprocessors. Let's see how many we can make. We can only make 1 so far because we only got, what, these 4 nanotubes in our ship. Well, let's take these storm crystals. We'll put that in our starship. These larval cores we'll save. We'll take the gold, throw that into our starship. We don't need that. We'll throw these warp cells into our starship. That's our fuel for our hyperdrive when we take off. The silver can go over there. This phacium, that's for a phase in our quest line. Let's switch a few things around here. The surge battery is going to help us later in the game with some things that we need to do. Hopefully we get enough of this chromatic metal. Whoops, chromatic metal made. That should be enough. Let's see if we can make some more microprocessors. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now we can put these into our hyperdrive to get us out of the solar system. Perfect. Now we got that installed, right? That should be a phase warp to a new system. So let's take our 3 warp cells and put those into our hyperdrive to get us out of this solar system. There we go. We're ready to take off and go. Now I want to check the discoveries real fast. There's only 2 planets in this first system. One's a high radioactive planet, and the other one's the one we started on with all them worms. And we completed quite a few phases. So now I will catch you guys in the next system, but I want to show you the track that we're going to take. All right, as we're sitting here looking, we're heading that way. Our ship can only do 100 light years at a time. So I'm going to go through the next system, which is over here. And we don't have an economy scanner, and all the solar systems have no life forms living in them at all. So we're pretty much out in a dead solar system. Even though it says the Euclid Galaxy, there's no NPCs or anything in this expedition. So we can't just go into another solar system and hit a space station. Everything is unavailable. So I'll see you guys in the next system. All right, here we are in the next solar system. We popped in right in front of an Atlas station. Now you can go in there if you want to, but it ain't gonna do us any good. We're gonna head over to the space station and we'll check in there. Look at there. There's our went to light speed. So we warp to a new system and we'll collect that reward as soon as we hit the space station. This way we can mark, because you land in the space station, that says that you've been in that solar system and you can come back to it later at any given time. So there we go. Let's go into the space station. We'll hit the galactic terminal as well. So we got storm crystals. We're going to save all those. We got some golden nuggets from shooting those asteroids. Let's break those down. We got some tritium hyperclusters. We'll break all those down, and that gives us tritium for our pulse engine. So we have fuel for our pulse engine. Got this activated copper. We're going to take that and throw that into our starship. We've got a signal booster that we're going to be using. It's a free piece of technology. Don't sell it. Where is it? This hypnotic eye. Do not sell this hypnotic eye. You do need it later in the game. Now, I've seen a lot of people sell it and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do now. This is why I land in the space station, boys and girls. If you sell your hypnotic eye by accident, every space station after the first one should have Ooh, look. Nanites in a Viking system. That's nice. Should have in the Galactic Trade Terminal a hypnotic eye, but look at it. 75,000 units. If you ain't got money to buy it, you ain't getting it. But I like to come in here and buy up the carbon and buy up what other materials that I need. I'm going to buy this rusted metal because that'll help me make ferrite dust, and we can refine that in our backpack. There's nothing else in the space station. We don't have any Atlas passes or anything like that. But that made our little save right here in this solar system, so we don't lose anything. We're not on a planet. We don't have to go to a planet in this system, but let's go into our discoveries. Since so many people are playing the expedition, all the planets have been discovered. So you could go to anybody's base in this solar system if you so choose to. Look at there, hot copper. So I'm guaranteeing there's some activated copper at somebody's base there. So there's activated copper bases in this solar system. There's a rocky planet with cactus flash. Look, contaminated planet. I don't see any, look, there's dissonance detected, copper, rusted metal, and cobalt. So that's a dissonant planet. You can go there and probably get yourself a Sentinel ship. We could check that out if you want to go there. That's a terraforming catastrophe. It might be a dead planet. I'm not sure. There's an overgrown planet right there, and that's a beautiful planet too if you want to set up your first base on. That's what I like to do. But let's go into our quest log, our expedition log. And we completed this one. Objective, warp to a new system. So now we get a packet of seed and base computer plans. So we can set up a base and a planetary chart. There we go. Look at there. Now we get a base computer that we can make. And we get the blueprints to make hydroponics tray, and we can plant all the plants we want if we so choose. That gives us the option to grow our own facium in our base. And we get a planetary chart to help us find a planetary ruin because we need to find 5 ruins. So we got that planetary chart. Do not sell it. It'll help us find an ancient artifact site. Let's go. We need to reach Rendezvous 1. So I'm going to fly to Rendezvous 1 and I will see you guys there. Okay? Jump in, jump out, make that save. And once we take off from the station, I'm going to head through the next couple solar systems and I'll see you guys there. Okay, boys and girls, we made it to the Rendezvous system. I'm going to head to the space station first, and then we'll head to the planet. Always got to mark that location. Now, we flew through a couple systems on the way here, and we're going to do a little backtracking after we make the first rendezvous, because there's a couple planets that I want to stop at. One of them's a distance planet, and it's a paradise planet, so we can look for ships without a Sentinel ship, without actually worrying about our hazard protection and that kind of thing. But I wanted to stop here. We're going to run upstairs, and we're going to hit the Galactic Trade Terminal. I keep buying the materials that we need, like the carbon and stuff. That'll help us get along. But we need to go down to a planet in order to gather up the oxygen and things like that that we need. I like to look around a little bit, see if there's anything we can pick up. I don't see any nav data beacons, anything like that in here. So let's go in here. We're going to pick up our carbon. That's nice. Now you can pick up the pugnium and that kind of stuff. I'll pick up some pugnium. This way we got some if we want to pick up a Sentinel interceptor. And I think there will be one in the last system we were in. But I wanted to pick that stuff up. There's nothing else here worthwhile of buying. But that help. Oops. You can come back here and try and get in, but we don't have an Atlas pass. I made the mistake and went the wrong way. I'm trying to play it off like I did something right. Okay, let's jump down to our ship. We're going to head down to the planet, and we're going to hit the first rendezvous point. Once we hit the first rendezvous point, then we're good. We're golden. Then we can go into phase 2. And we're going to do a bunch of jumping around from there too as well. Okay, they've got, let's see, let's go into our discoveries. They've got Rendezvous 1 workshop. That's a humid planet. Yeah, we won't go there. There's a Hymal planet. There's ancient bones on that planet. That's another stage we can complete while we're in this solar system. There's a parched planet, and that's the one that's got the rendezvous point on it. So you can see it's got Rendezvous Vista Station Adrift, 36 other bases on that planet. And then we got this contoured planet, which is a reality glitch planet. You can land there if you so choose. It's got copper, gold, and cobalt on it. I guarantee you somebody built a mine on that planet. But we're going to this planet right here, Rotomatui. We're going to go there, and we'll hit that first rendezvous point. I will see you guys over there. All right, we're coming into the atmosphere, and it says our rendezvous 1 is over this way. So we'll come over here towards this marker and see where it points us. Is that the building over there? Yeah, there's a... What is that? That's a monolith? That's not it, is it? I don't think so. No, that's a monolith. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for like an abandoned building, I do believe. Let's see, there's a beacon. We don't want that. As you can see, there's all kinds of animals on this planet. Let's go back over here. If I'm correct, I think it's down this hill somewhere, down towards the bottom of the ravine. We'll have to get out and run by foot, and I don't want to do that. I'm kind of lazy, you know. So let's take a look around, see what we can find. See, there's a building down there, so let's fly down here and see what it gives us. Because I had thought it was down in a big ravine. That's nothing but another waypoint marker, which we could land at, but we're out of launch fuel. So I want to go back up to the top of the hill because it's down in a big valley from where the marker is. So let's head back up to the marker. I'm checking the cardinal directions a little bit. So we're going east and west. Now we're going to go south a little bit over this hill. Hopefully we could find the rendezvous point. Sometimes they change it up on you, but I think it's over here somewhere. If I do remember correctly, there's a few things. I think it's down here in the bottom of this valley. Wait, what's that? See, it doesn't mark all the buildings. That's a depot right there. Let's go back over here. What's this over here? We'll fly around a little bit and look. What's this? That is just a waypoint. I do believe it's supposed to be like an abandoned building or something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Usually when you load in like this, you'll see a bunch of save comm balls, and that'll let you know you're at the right place. But I don't see it, boys and girls, and I really don't feel like trekking all over the planet to look for it. So I'm trying to find an easy spot to land down at. I was hoping there was a landing pad at one of these little base kind of things. And if you land near the marker, it will send you off on a hike across the planet. And this is a hot planet, and your hazard protection will go down. I'm not quite sure where it's at, boys and girls. So, let's see. The marker's right over here. So we're going to go land by the marker. I know this is a dumb move. This is an epic fail by Cobalt Dale. But see, it's on the side of the hill now, and it should be down here. I do believe there is something down the hill here. This is where I believe it's at. Haven't quite really looked. It's dark now on the planet, which really makes it hard to find the rendezvous point. I'm looking for a landing spot pretty much. Will we find it? I doubt it. So yeah, I'm not too sure, boys and girls. So we're flying around in circles, and I don't want to do that. So let's go back up by the marker, and we'll do it the hard way. This is an epic fail by Cobalt Dale. So we're going to land right here and see where it tells us to go. Hopefully it's close by. If it tells us we're like 10 miles away, I'm going to be upset. All right, so we made it to the planet. Let's take a look. Our target sweeper says It's 530 units this way. So we'll fly over there. See, so it's something right down the hill here. Let's take a look. Yep, there's a building right down there. That's an unknown building, 100 units down. So let's keep going this way. Yep, that looks like it, boys and girls. Maybe this is it. No, but we can hit that save beacon regardless, right? Still 300 units that way. There's a building down there, 431 units away. That's probably it. So we're... Uh-oh. Did I check the starship? Don't do a deal. I forgot to do launch fuel in our starship, boys and girls. So I ran all the way down this mountain without putting launch fuel into our starship so we could call it in. But now that I got the location marked, we can take our starship down there. Let's fly up here. Come on. Got to get up on top of this hill, this cliff. Don't forget to scan your plants, scan your animals, and all your locations that you get to. This way you're completing those tasks and those quests as you're going along. So I like to scan just about everything anyways, because that makes us money. As we're making money, that's more and more stuff we can purchase. There's some big creatures on this planet. Look at that. Can't see everything. Let's keep moving. I want to get this done. I'm sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected for an episode. But we're almost to phase 1, boys and girls. And then in the next phase, we're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to go back a system or two. And we're going to, we got to make some launch fuel. If you guys don't know how to do that, I will show you how to make launch fuel. Launch fuel is if you look at the window, it says down there, craft steps. Hit that button and it'll open it up. So we got to make a metal plating. We got dihydrogen. So now all it takes is metal plating and 40 dihydrogen to make a launch fuel. And there we go. Now we can take that launch fuel and add that to our launch thruster. We still got 2 left, which is a good thing. So now we can take off and go down there and land at the rendezvous point, boys and girls. And then we don't have to run back or come back. Look, there's the free landing pad. I knew it was around here. I knew it was a free landing pad. That makes me so mad. Why wouldn't it let us find it? It takes time when you fly into the planet to render in everything that's here. As you can see, we got giant worms running around everywhere on the planet. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, we're going to run over here. Don't forget to hit these things everywhere you stop. If you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I mean, I try to pump out at least 1 video per week and do 1 live stream. Every Tuesday, I do a live stream at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, U.S. time. And I usually go for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that. I'm not a big pro like all the other guys that can go 10 or 12 hours. I'm not that good of a streamer yet. And I do have a Discord. I'll throw the link to the description of the Discord in the excuse me, got tongue twisted there. I will throw the link to my Discord in the description to the video. Can't alter the terrain because somebody built a base here, so I go into first person view and I look down at it, and look at there, you can pick it up out of the dirt without having to get it, if you ain't got the permission to dig in the dirt. There we go. We made it to the first rendezvous, boys and girls. So let's jump in, jump out, make that save. Thank you for watching. But until then, we're going to complete phase 2 in the next episode. So hope you come back. See you there. Stay safe, stay sexy, and peace out.